of all, what are the keywords of the question? Sorry? Imagery. Imagery. Question is, the poem contains imagery. Yeah, okay? It contains imagery of disease. So it's important to focus on the fact that it's imagery. Okay, anything that if I read it to you, if you close your eyes, you won't be able to see it. The Madonna, no Madonna and child, right? It's an image, isn't it? Okay, if I say Eiffel Tower, it's also an image. Rose is an image. Okay, single rose, one perfect rose. No Madonna and child to touch the picture of a mother. But it's asking you to look at the imagery of starvation, imagery of disease, imagery of death. The poem contains imagery of disease, starvation, and death. Right? Disease, starvation, and death. Which one is disease? Yes, Alex? You looked. Do you have a poem? Why not? Sorry? You never got one? This is strange. I don't have any extra. What do you mean you didn't get one? Somebody keep for her? Anybody keep for her? Yes, Kenzie, you didn't bring, right? You also don't have? You absent on Friday? I remember giving out some more, on Friday. I was left with one only. On Friday you came. I give this out before Friday. I give 2 more out. Who took the 2 from you on Friday? Who? We are wasting valuable time on this. Okay, never mind. The poem is right in front of you. Now I'm wondering where Alice's poem is and what happened to Kenzie's poem. Okay. So when we did this on Friday, you didn't have it, and you didn't say anything. Nothing comes from nothing. King Lear, Shakespeare. Okay. All right. Does anybody have an answer for me? Did you do any work? You did work, right? Come on, don't waste your time. You did the work, give me the answer.
Diarrhea.
Yeah? Diarrhea. Yes, some more? That with odors of diarrhea. With odors of diarrhea. Don't separate it from what it belongs. Odors of diarrhea. And I taught you about, I don't know whether I taught you, okay, about this kind of imagery. What kind of imagery is that? Smell, right? Sense imagery. Again, olfactory. Okay, olfactory images. Odors of diarrhea of unwashed children, right? Now it should kind of like lead you towards kind of an answer, because the next keyword in that passage or in that question is, what's the next keyword? In the question. Yes? Sympathy. Right. Before I start to lecture you on stop whispering, please stop whispering. You've done your work. Right? Answer the question. Don't be afraid of getting the wrong answer. Right? Sympathy, yes, important sympathy. How does the use of imagery? So the poet uses all this imagery. Now how does the use of this imagery make the readers feel sympathy for the mother? Right? So my question in the beginning of the lesson, which I didn't want to ask because I want to go through this first, is what is sympathy? And how is it? How do you not say how lah? I think why? Why do we sympathize? Why? Why do we sympathize? The cat fell for a reason. Okay? Now you have to think about it while Kenzie looks for her poem. Alex, I don't have extra. If you had told me on Friday, I would have made a copy for you. Alas, I didn't. Okay, so why? Why do you sympathize?
Understand others' feelings.
Because we understand other people's feelings. Why do we sympathize? We feel bad. Okay, so yes. Sorry? Okay, we can relate. Okay. Let's write all of this down. Right? Okay. What is it? Feel bad. Somehow I feel that this one is it's a relevant response. It's a relevant response, but it is a bit of a slang. It's not very formal, right? I feel bad for him, right? I sympathize for him. But why do you feel bad for that person? The thing. Yeah. Okay, this is fine. Feel bad or feel sorry. Shall what do you say, sir?
To understand others.
Okay. Can I so understanding. Like we lah. Yeah? We understand. We can relate. We feel bad. But again, you haven't gone to the reason why you feel sorry for someone. Why do you feel sorry for people? Megan. That was my second question. My first question is why are you looking down on the floor? Come on, can everybody chime in and say why do you feel sorry for someone? Nobody knows? Why do you feel sorry for someone? Huh? Yes, thank you. Well done. The other Megan has replied. Megan, right? Yeah. This one, Megan, now you transmit. Telepathically, is it? Or message? Okay. Because they suffer. Right? Because they suffer. Because they are in a what? A bad position? A difficult. Did somebody mumble difficult? Again, I say please don't mumble. Right? You can see it. Okay. Because they are in a difficult position. I think I need to turn on the lights. Okay, switch on number one. Switch on the stuff. Right? When someone is in a difficult situation or when someone is suffering, we feel sorry for them. Right? We sympathize with them. We feel sorry for them. Feel sorry for. Sympathize with. We pity them. Don't have. Only these two have what you call what is this called? Prepositions. Use the correct preposition. Huh? I pity them. No preposition. Sympathize with. Feel sorry for. Okay? Write it down. When you write down, what happens? You remember better. Okay? And now I'm wondering how come journal. No journal. Yeah. No journal. What happened to your journal? Gone in the wind. Lost in the wind. Come on. So when you answer the question and relate it to or use the poem as evidence, then you have to be specific. So why is it, for example, this image, this foul image of the odor of diarrhea, of unwashed children, why does it put sympathy in your heart? Why do you feel sorry for the mother? For the mother. And I guess by extension, her children, her child. Okay? Why? The mother is helpless from preventing the children from, yes, to some extent, she is helpless. We need to be very specific, right? Why do we say this shows that she's helpless? Is there any water to wash their kids? Any running water? So this implies she must be very specific, right? This implies that there is no sanitation. You understand? Yeah? To cleanse themselves, right? Cleanse their children, to wash their children. Okay? So you feel sorry for the mother. Why? Because the mother feels helpless. You understand? You have to connect the image to your answer. The answer is there. She's correct. The mother is helpless. Right? Not just this mother, but all the mothers here are helpless. Because there's so many other children. Right? What else? And because of that, they contract what? Diseases. Like diarrhea. Okay? What else are their children subject to? Washed out rapes and dried up waters. What else are the children subjected to? Starvation, right? So images of starvation. So how does this make you feel sorry for them? Yeah, so because the mother is also, again, the mother is helpless because there's no food to feed their children. Right? And then the children starve. Okay? Maybe in retrospect, I'm going to be very honest here. Feel sympathy for the mother. Maybe the question should have been phrased better. So feel sympathy for the mother and her child. Okay? Not just the mother. Because the starvation, yes, it affects the mother, but it affects the children worse. Right? Okay? So that is the image of disease. That is the image of starvation. Okay? Blown, empty bellies. It must be what? For the child, for the mother not to be able to feed her children. It must be what? How do you feel if you can't feed your children? Sorry. No, just you. The rest of you. Heartbroken. It must be heartbreaking. Right? It must be heartbreaking for the mother. Okay? To not be able to feed their own children. Right? So, again, or not say again, at the same time, you have to remember what's the question. The question is, how does it make you? So why do you feel sorry for that? I mean, yeah, right? So I feel sorry that they have to go through such emotional turmoil or drama or whatever. Not trauma. You say trauma, right? Okay. Such emotional turmoil. Yeah? Okay? Can you imagine one of your closest friends or your own family member, right? Being so heartbroken by something. Yeah? You definitely feel sorry for them. To witness such sadness, to witness such helplessness, right? Is something that is very difficult. Okay? Definitely you feel sorry for the person because sometimes you feel sorry for the person because there's little what? Little you can do. Right? Here again, is there a lot the mother can do? No. Okay, let's look at the next one. Most mothers there had long ceased to care. Okay. So now we've covered disease, we've covered starvation, right, to some extent. Okay, we've not gone into detail, we just covered roughly. Right? Remember the process, why do you feel sorry? Okay? So the question is asking in what way the imagery makes you feel sorry. Because they are in a difficult situation, because they are suffering. Because the mother must be helpless. The mother must be frustrated. There's little the mother can do. Okay? What else? I think what's probably, if you talk about death next, is probably even worse, isn't it, right? And because of the disease, because of the starvation, the children are inevitably on the path to death. Okay? But what is it about this particular mother and child that makes you feel so sorry for them? Yes. What's the image that you... Yeah. Now she did it. Now she did it like I think she did it when she's combing her hair. Can you the child's hair? She did it like putting flowers on a tiny grave. So what is that? She's fully aware. That sucks. Okay. One paragraph done. That sucks. How do you change that to something objective, right? You say, the first part is correct, definitely, right? The image of the mother combing her child, compared to, learn the words, okay? Learn the words. This is now she did it like, it's a simile. Like putting flowers on a tiny grave. Right? There's nothing more, I guess there's nothing more devastating, I suppose, than burying your child. Think about it, yeah? Burying your child. Is there anything strange about burying your own child? What should be the situation? No, again, you're not focusing. Burying your own child. Anything strange about that? It's supposed to be the other way round. Do you understand? So this is what we call what? Come on, you learned it already. What's it called? Irony. But this is worse. What kind of irony? Sad irony? No, it's worse. It's cruel. It's a cruel irony. Okay? Right? Irony can have many effects. It can have comedic effects. It can also have disastrous effects. The cruel irony of burying your own child. Right? because it should be the other way round. Okay? So Amanda, right? My name. That's how you change that subs to this. Okay? Now she did it like putting flowers on the tiny baby. So the fact that his death is inevitable. So I was just thinking about this. And I just saw a video. Yeah, I just saw a video of someone being buried after dying from coronavirus. Do you know what is involved? Do you think family members can attend? Cannot. Why? It's a body with disease. With highly contagious disease. The people who conduct the burial rites and services themselves are all wearing the hazmat suits. Hazmat, no? The everything. Okay? So, dying alone, in other words. Not just dying alone, but those days before their death, they were also alone. Surrounded by no one that was related to them. Okay? So that, again, you can even write a poem about that. Maybe from the perspective of a doctor or the perspective of a nurse. Okay? So far, 2 nurses have got it in Singapore. 2 nurses were infected. We had our third death yesterday. Okay? All in the elderly stage. Okay? Anything related to pneumonia can result in complications. Right, so his death is an inevitable, and of course the cruel irony of the child dying before the mother. Right? And does this make you sympathize? Obviously. Why does it make you sympathize? So you go to the checklist. Do they suffer? Yes, the mother suffers what? Suffers what? The thought, so it's what? It's devastating. It's must be quite depressing, right? Yeah, this time I allow you to use the word depressing because it is actually quite depressing. Some German minister killed himself in the news today. Finance minister killed himself because of the coronavirus. Not because he got it, but because he was so terribly affected by it. Okay, his death is suspected to be a suicide. So depression, people go through depression, right? Okay, so come back to this. His death is inevitable, cruel irony. Why do we feel sorry for them? Is it because she suffers? Yes, obviously, right? You see in a difficult position, obviously. So you have to go through all this to explain why you sympathize. But at the same time, it's not just a situation, no. It's just like, okay, the child is dying before the mother, right? His death is inevitable. But look at the words, the text, right? So this is literature, so you have to look at the text, right? Now she did it like putting flowers on a tiny grave. Okay? So she was already kind of rehearsing, in other words. Right? It's like a morbid rehearsal. You understand what I mean? So you always go back to the text. It seems like a morbid rehearsal. Here, she held a ghost smile. The repetition of the word ghost smile. Her eyes are the ghost of a mother's pride. And in her eyes, the ghost of a mother's pride. And she combed the rust-colored hair left on the skull. All these words, right? All these images. Ghost, skull. The recurrent motif of death. Right? So as she's caring for her child, why do you feel sorry for her? Does it help in any way? Does it help in any way? You know, all these efforts. According to Chino and Chibi, most mothers have stopped, right? Most mothers have long ceased to care. But not this one. Right? She held him. She held a ghost smile between her teeth, and in her eyes, the ghost of her mother's pride. And she combed the rust-colored hair left on his skull. All the other hair dropped off because of the lack of nutrition, the lack of water maybe. Right? Began carefully to part it. She even combed his hair. In another life, this would have been a little daily act of no consequence. Nowadays, you see a lot of memes, right? You know, people. Today, I just saw one side by side. Some people in quarantine taking selfie, and then another frame looking for money coming out from the piggy bank. Then one coin drop. So same scenario. Parents and child. One happy, one struggling to survive. Okay? So, in another life, this would have been a little daily act of no consequence. Right? Some of us take for granted. When our mother combs our hair. Or some get even annoyed. How many of you guilty? Like, yeah, don't pull so hard. Right? But it's a show of love, isn't it? It's a show of love. It's a show of like care. They care that your hair is messy. But you yourself don't care. Right? So in another life, this would have been taken for granted. But here she's doing it so meticulously. Right? And she's doing it as if she was putting flowers on a tiny grave. Tiny grave. Okay, so I don't know how your knees are. Probably this big and a tiny grave. How do you put flowers on a tiny grave? Do you just throw like that? No, you place them carefully. You place them carefully. Okay, conscientiously, meticulously. Right? So I'm thinking it's more than just feel sorry for a person because they are suffering, because they are in a difficult situation. Because the idea is you would never wish for that to happen to anybody, right? You would never wish for that to happen to anybody because it's so devastating. Yeah? And you wouldn't definitely want to wish it upon yourself. You wouldn't want to have that experience yourself. Yeah? Because it's, it's just impossible to think. Right? Okay, now, I want you to practice. Okay? So, you want to practice it in your journal? Or you want to practice it on foolscap paper? Foolscap? Take out a piece of foolscap paper. This is more because a lot of people didn't bring journal. And if I had more time, I would write those people's names down. Okay? So what I want you to do is, first I would like to give my precious copy to Alex, so that she has something to use for now. But later you must give it back so I can make copies. Kenzie, do you have? Do you recall ever receiving it or not? No, never. Because I believe I gave it on Monday last week, right? Then I give it out on Friday. Sorry? No. I mean, the first time I gave it out was on Friday, Monday, right? Yeah, the second time I think that two people come out to me. Which one of them? Yes. You lost it. Okay, in your foolscap paper, write the question down. Write your name, class, index number, okay, and motto, literature is forever. Yes. You wrote everything there. Then you can pass out your journal. Okay? But I did say no need to write paragraph. I said write point form. Okay? Your enthusiasm is misplaced. But never mind, it's okay. Better this than nothing else. Right. Okay, so you practice. Write the question down. Okay, write one paragraph. Answer the question. You either write about starvation and disease, or you write about death. Okay? Right? Because I think starvation and disease are together in some way. And then you write about death. Okay, so I choose either. Choose either. So the rest of the time, now, okay, I give you 15 minutes to write. 10 to 15 minutes. I'm going to end the session now and see you later. I don't know whether Jermaine is tuning in. The other time we did Google